It's happening again as this Japanese star, who is a top free agent target for the New York Yankees, just provided the Yankees fans and organization a clear message on his mindset going into 2026. And this is very encouraging for all Yankees fans. We'll break this down and more on another edition of Yankees Digest. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back here on Yankees Digest to deliver everything surrounding the New York Yankees. We got some really interesting developments in regards to a Japanese star that Yankees fans, including myself, are really wanting in the Bronx. But before we get into this video, we're currently at 9,864 subscribers on the channel. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. So if you're tuning into this video and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this Japanese pitcher, on this Japanese star for the New York Yankees to target in free agency. It's going to be a big free agency for the New York Yankees in order to put themselves in a good position for a championship in 2026. But getting right into this video as we talk about Tatsuya Imai. And this pitcher for the New York Yankees to target is going to be something that is going to be circling around Yankees Twitter and everything around social media, because this is a guy who could really change your rotation from being, pretty good to flat out dominant. And the reason why I say that is because Tatsuya Imai is someone who is coming from, over on the KBB in Japan, and he's played in these big games before. And I've said on multiple episodes about Imai is that he brings that big game ability to the MLB, and he's been able to become better as he ages. And that's something that is very rare when it comes to Japanese pitchers. When they go over to the major leagues, sometimes they work out. They definitely work out for the Los Angeles Dodgers, but with everything that's surrounding, other Japanese pitchers, it seems like they're all just trying to go to the Dodgers and just trying to get a ring. Well, that's not the case with Tatsuya Imai, as he provided this interesting comment that is really going to get Yankee fans revved up, saying, I want to take them down. I think beating a team like that and becoming world champions would be the most valuable thing in my life. That's Tatsuya Imai on the possibility of playing with the Dodgers. He wants to take them down. He doesn't want to join a team that has already won 2 straight championships. He wants to create his own story, wants to create his own legacy, and not be in the shadow of Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto. And I think that's something that's very refreshing hearing from a Japanese player who, it seems like all the Japanese players are going to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're meeting up for dinner, and, Murakami met with Yamamoto around dinner, so they probably have talked about a possibility of being with the Los Angeles Dodgers and just trying to build a juggernaut in LA, as they already have with 2 straight championships. But it's very refreshing that Imai is just like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go to a team that doesn't have any Japanese players. I want to create my own legacy in a city that can go and build a championship team. And I think the perfect fit for Imai is the New York Yankees, because the Yankees do have some question marks when it comes to the rotation, especially at that 5th spot. The Yankees have Gerrit Cole, who's not going to be available for opening day, so you're going to have to make sure you get someone in there that can really step up. Max Fried is obviously going to be the ace starting off in 2026 until Gerrit Cole comes back, so it's going to take a little bit of time. So you're going to want to have another pitcher there to really go in and really be dominant moving forward into the season. And I think Imai is a perfect guy who just has a lot of different things that you can look at. And, when looking at this potential rotation with Imai, this is scary for any sort of offense that comes into the Bronx or faces the New York Yankees. When you're looking at this rotation, Gerrit Cole at the number 1, Max Fried at number 2, Carlos Rodon at number 3, Cam Schlittler at number 4, and Tatsuya Imai at number 5. That is phenomenal. I think that would be one of the best five-man rotations in all of baseball. And I think that can be something that the Yankees are really looking at, because you know that the offense is going to get their own. They're going to add one of the outfielders, whether it's Cody Bellinger, Kyle Tucker, or someone else that can fit in that outfield spot. I'm not worried about that. The only thing I'm worried about is making sure that we can compete with the top teams in the major leagues. And having this rotation could be paramount for a championship run. Gerrit Cole, Fried, Rodon, Schlittler, Tatsuya Imai just has a playoff type of feel, World Series type of feel to that rotation. And, there's not a better supporting cast that Imai can go to than the New York Yankees. You've seen how Cam Schlittler has been able to develop his game under Gerrit Cole, and he has flat out dominated in his only half of a rookie season. So having a full off season under your belt, getting ready for the 2026 season could be huge. You have Max Fried, who is one of the best big game pitchers in all of baseball. Carlos Rodon as well. He has been able to be very consistent and getting better as he goes into his Yankees tenure. And then when you're looking at the spot start options, so like when Gerrit Cole is not going to be able to be for opening day and they're just going to have to rev him up a little bit, when you're looking at it, those are not bad options. Clark Schmidt, Luis Heel, and Ryan Yarbrough, who they re-signed this offseason. So when you're looking at the rotation, you also got to look at the spot start options. A rookie of the year, Clark Schmidt was pitching phenomenal in 2025 before he got gone down with Tommy John surgery. Then you have Ryan Yarbrough. So you have a lot of options that you can go in to this rotation. And I think that's definitely something, that Matt Blake is going to look at moving forward, because he definitely has a lot of options to work with. And getting Imai in this rotation, just getting him used to the New York market and being able to really establish some parity in this MLB and just not join a team that's always won championships. It's very weird when you're looking when I'm saying that about the New York Yankees and joining a Yankees team and trying to establish parity, because back in the day it was like everyone was going to the New York Yankees and the Yankees were winning championships. So it's really ironic to know that, yeah, joining the Yankees, you're going to create some parity, because in this game it's Dodgers are winning every single year and they're in the World Series every single year. So it's very interesting to look at from there. But Brian Cashman and this New York Yankees team, when they're looking at this rotation, I definitely think that this is interesting to look at, as the Yankees are in the mix to land the starter, and he would do them a lot of good come spring. Their starting rotation is aging, and with 30-year-old starting pitchers, Carlos Rodon and Gerrit Cole, coming off major injuries, it behooves the Yankees to shore up the pitching staff with a more reliable but somewhat younger arm. And that's perfect to talk about, because when you're looking at this rotation, it's very injured right now. Carlos Rodon went down with an injury, so he's going to have to take a little bit of time to get back into mid-season form, as well as Gerrit Cole. And then when you're looking at other options with, Max Fried, Luis Heel, Clark Schmidt is coming back from an injury. So you have three starters right now that are coming back from injury. So you're going to have to get another guy who can come in there and really just show why he is a really good pitcher. And obviously they're looking at him as being the fifth starter, but by the end of it, you could see Imai being one of the top reliable arms in the Yankees rotation with all the injuries that are going down. So you not only just having Imai as the fifth starter, but he's going to have opportunities to pitch in big games in the regular season and really just make a name for himself in the Bronx, because the Yankees have a good Japanese connection. They have Masahiro Tanaka, Hideki Matsui. So they have good track record when it comes to Japanese pitchers who come in here and really just succeed with the New York Yankees. And this rotation, it's gonna look very interesting moving forward, because you're gonna have to get someone in here that can really go and dominate and show to the Los Angeles Dodgers, like, hey, if you can't beat the Japanese pitchers, then why not join the party with getting a Japanese pitcher in here and trying to go toe for toe with Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto. This is interesting to look at. Imai, who is Mark Feinsand's number 11 free agent this year, recorded a 1.92 ERA over 163 and 2/3 innings this season for the Lions. He struck out 178 batters, walked 45, and only allowed 6 runs. He also through the first 8 innings of a combined no-hitter and striking out 17 batters in a 2-hit complete game shutout. So he's been able to really develop a lot of pitches. He has a wild pitch mix. He has a fastball that can go up to 99 miles per hour, and he does have a great slider. So he's starting to incorporate a lot of pitches, and I definitely think with Matt Blake and how he's been able to perform with all of these pitchers and really getting the best out of them, I think it's a perfect scenario for Tetsuya Imai to come in here, develop his pitches, really not have the pressure on him. I've said it in episodes before, not having the pressure on you to be the ace of a staff when compared to other teams that get Imai, who are going to expect him to be the number 2 or even the ace of their staff. So if you're going to the New York Yankees, you're able to go with a group of guys that will get you ready to pitch in the Bronx at a big, tough New York media, but also be able to develop and get the best out of you moving forward. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. Wanted to raise the question to you guys. What would Tetsuya Imai bring to the New York Yankees? Comment your thoughts down below. What do you think he would bring to the New York Yankees pitching staff? I definitely think he would bring a lot of different things when it comes to his pitches, and also he would be able to really just come into this Yankees staff and really not, as I've said over and over and over again, not have the pressure on him and just really go out there and be loose and pitch in a great environment in Yankee Stadium. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's go Yankees, and let's get Tetsuya Imai in the Bronx in 2026. Have a great day, everyone.